What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to Stoic Context. On this channel, we react to some of the forward thinkers and stoic people of our times. Today, we are reacting to another Kevin Samuels video. Before we get into it, make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'm going to be saving my commentary for the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. Let's get into it.
What you so mad about? Why are you so angry, Kaya?
Oh my goodness. It's just Kai. Nice to meet you. I've been stalking you. Not really, but I've got turned on to you about 2 months ago, and I think I've watched almost all of your videos.
Well, that's right.
But I think I have a different perspective. Well, let me start with your question of why I'm mad. I'm mad because nobody told me what you're telling me.
Okay. How old are you?
30 years ago. I'm 40.
Okay.
And
Generation X. Okay.
Hmm?
Generation X. Go ahead.
Yes. And unlike a lot of women who've called in, I was raised in a two-family home. My father is your Kappa brother and is 88 years old.
88? He's he's silent generation.
Yes. And both my parents are professors, and they told me to just, my dad, keep your eye on the prize.
Well, yeah.
You will meet somebody along the way. You will meet somebody.
Well, why do you think he did that?
I think because he wanted me, like you said, like so many of these other women, to never rely on a man, and because he felt like women who rely on men put themselves in situations to be abused or are.
Is he still your father? See, what I find when you have that big a gap between parents,
yeah,
I find that fathers want to give their daughters advice because they don't feel like they're going to live to see most of their daughters' lives. They're worried about your survival, not your happiness. So
that's definitely where he is now, but I don't know if he was like that when I was, in undergrad, for example.
But he's 88 and you're 40?
Yes.
So he was 40, he was almost 50 when you were born. Lord.
Exactly.
It's a different calculus. I mean, but he told you to keep your head down, go to school, and you'll find love.
Yeah, you'll find someone who's like-minded. He was always afraid I'd fall for a thug. I was into the bad boys in high school.
But silent generation, that's how it happened. It happened in that generation.
Yeah. I agree. Right. It did.
So they were born. He was born in what, 32?
Exactly.
I'm good with math. So he was born in 32. So yeah, keep your head down, and if you go.
Because that's how I met my mother. They're both professors. She works for sure. And was like the leader of our household, of our child rearing, I would say. He was the financial leader. But
how many siblings do you have?
The Southern Belle from Arkansas. So I feel like I have my femininity.
How many siblings do you have?
Two brothers.
Okay.
One older, one younger.
Is your mother pledged a sorority?
Yes, she's a Delta, as am I, and both of my brothers are Kappas.
Holy shit. Okay, now it makes sense. Give me a second.
Yes, we have several PhDs in our family. Several.
It's the unholy alliance, Kappa and Delta. That either goes exceptionally well or exceptionally wild. It's too much red in one house. Whew. All right, so your brother's you're a Legacy. Your mom was a Delta, you're a Delta.
Yes.
Your father's a Nupe, your brother's a Nupe. Are your brothers married?
One is going through a separation, and the other is not married. No.
Okay. So so you were lied to at 40.
I was lied to, very young.
We were all lied to. We were all lied to.
Why aren't you married? Now he's like, I don't understand.
Who's asking that question?
My dad.
Well, because he's asking that question because he's coming from a silent generation calculus. He doesn't understand that even though he's seen it, he doesn't have experience with it. It makes no sense to them why you're not married, because it's supposed to be simple. What state do you live in?
Oh, that is definitely
There we
against
go. Come on.
Connecticut.
Where do you?
Connecticut.
Oh damn. Um.
Mhm.
How long you been there?
Like 15 years.
What? Huh?
Well, I was trying to leave and then I did the thing. I got into a PhD program. Stayed even longer.
I'm a PhD.
Now,
Calling Dr. White. See? I know.
right.
PhD, Connecticut. Where's the dog? Brady.
I was very tempted to get one, especially since COVID. Right.
So
I
you're
live
in Connecticut
alone, no
out
kids.
there. You're in Connecticut in the suburbs with your PhD, and everybody else is living that life. So, why not move
Well,
it to the
honestly,
city?
a lot of my sorors, they're my friends and they're single too. And a lot of them are older than I am, and most of them are single. And I
All
was
right,
telling
I gotta
myself a
be
while
okay,
ago.
but so let me help you out now.
Mhm.
And this is about blood sport. If you got to kneecap one of these sorors to get to a man, you don't need to do that. I'm sorry,
Well, there's one
ladies. Make
Kappa
no,
who's
huh?
interested. There is one Kappa who's interested.
I don't. I mean, what I'm
But we don't
saying
really
is,
get along.
so many of you ladies try to do this instead of getting your ass in the life raft yourself. You try to make sure you could all get to the raft, and y'all can't all fit in. You're in Connecticut at 40 years old in the pandemic. New York City is one state. New York or Manhattan is one state.
Yeah, it's only an hour.
Okay, but where do you work? Do you work remotely? Like
Right now,
everybody?
yes.
Okay, so carry your ass into Manhattan and work remotely, and be around all the single people.
Just get up and move. Okay.
Or die alone. I'm
Yeah.
very frank. I mean, I'm talking about moving either to New York or maybe LA. Yes. See, this is what I need our black women to understand. You guys are very good about going after your PhDs and your careers and everything else. And then you expect men to just appear out of nowhere. You're in. Do you want a black man?
Only.
Well, who the French toast lives in Connecticut? Even people in Vermont are like, what?
Well, New
You better
Haven
carry
is
your ass to
obviously.
Brooklyn or Harlem or something. You better go on back.
You're right. No, you're right. All the
You
high
need to be
value men here are
well,
married. I know who they are.
exactly,
High
because that's
value
where you
black
go
men,
to
and they
marry.
are
That's
married.
where you go after you get married. If I
Yeah.
moved up there, I would have my family in Connecticut. Well, maybe not. I'm a city guy. But the point is, you have your sorors, and y'all all have the same thing. How many of your sororities? How many of them are single? Are you talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? How many of them?
Oh, I have like my whole clique. It's like single women, and I've been
How
hanging
many?
out with them.
Give me a number.
Let's say 6.
Okay, 6. If I threw one man in front of you, one will get him. The other 5 are bridesmaids. Go.
Yeah. Oh, I mean,
Well, what you gonna be? What you gonna do?
I'm
Throw
gonna
one man in
go.
front.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna go.
Okay, you gonna break somebody's jaw?
Well, they're older and they have
Okay, then you
given
gonna
up.
break a hip. It might be easier. I don't know.
Yeah, they're giving up. They're like
How much older are we talking?
they're in their 50s, a lot of them, and they're convinced that, they don't want to be married. I don't
Right,
believe it.
right,
Because they're miserable and
right,
like,
right. And
but there's a couple that are actually like maybe 1 or 2 of them that I think are actually happy single, but the others I do think they wish they had.
So, are they fit?
No.
There you go. So it's not as though they've given up; they have no real options. Because if they were still fit from 40 to 50, put a man that's a high value man in front of all of you, and I guarantee you their tunes would change. But when you cannot get him, it's easier to say, I don't want him because you feel the fitness criteria. This is why I don't understand with so many women today. Men want fit, feminine, friendly. cooperative, submissive. And if you feel the fitness component, the whole notion of high value goes out the window for the most part. And I don't understand why so many women today cannot stay fit when you're single with no kids. Makes no sense. But you, in particular, you got a choice to make. Your family gave you the best information they could, but you're 40 years old. You've been on your own. You've been responsible for you for the last 22 years. When was your last serious or long-term relationship?
Like 10 years ago was
Holy
last
shit.
serious one. Yeah. I was engaged.
Okay, but 10 years ago, did they discover fire? Did y'all have fire back then, or did they just now discover it? 10 years? Come on, Ma.
I mean, serious.
I'm
I
being serious, but it's been
dated,
10
but yeah,
years.
a serious relationship. I was in a 3-year situationship that I knew wasn't going anywhere. So I didn't. Yeah.
But you knew it wasn't going it. All right.
I know. Bad decision.
And see, women get upset with me when I say that whole die alone thing is because so many of our women just date unintentionally. So now, with all this experience,
I'm a lover, Kevin. You are like so practical. And I'm now learning. I'm a lover, you know.
How's that working out for you?
You're right.
Your father made a practical decision in your mother.
Yes, he did. He did.
It's not being a lover. See, we romanticize these things. I don't care about love at 40. You need to get respect and somebody who's going to give you your insulin shot.
Facts.
I mean, love went away 3 years after after you crossed line. That was over for 25. Love was kind of 25, 27. That's seriously at 40. All the mistakes, everything. Okay, you have 40. You still have half of a life left. What you gonna do?
That's why I'm calling you, because I'm listening. I got the move to New York, memo. I want to know, what can I do at this point?
Well, this is a show. A detailed plan is gonna cost you a consult. I'm giving you an idea of what you should do. One, you need to prioritize. What kind of man do you want? What do those kind of men want from a woman? And are you willing to do what you need to do to give it? But not right now. You are geographically undesirable to the kind of men you say you want. So it doesn't matter. If you're not prepared to put yourself in the proximity game, what's the point? So let me get this right. Even if I dropped Boaz in front of you, you're in Connecticut. He's in Jersey. That's a long distance relationship, no matter how you slice it. Who's moving to who?
I'm willing to move for love, but it does seem.
I don't care about no. Take love out of your vocabulary.
Okay.
Or keep it there.
Okay.
Then die alone. I'm dead ass serious. Why do we feel like we get love? Why is that so important? Love.
Isn't that what this is all for?
No.
What is it for? Isn't not dying alone is so that you have someone who loves you when you are dying?
No, love comes after. Do you think people loved each other back when they married, when they're arranged marriages? You learn to love somebody. And I'm extending this because I need people to understand how deep this goes. Talking to a college educated woman with a PhD and all this other stuff, and you're still talking this Harlequin romance, Disney stuff that does not work in your own life, and you are refusing to get rid of it.
But I've had love, Kevin.
Okay, well.
But I hear you.
No, you don't.
First time I've heard that.
I mean, no, you don't. I mean, here's the thing. This is why I get real practical. You want love? Oh, well, you don't want to do this. We can do it. Do you really want to do this, or do you just kind of want to do this?
Go for it.
All right. Do you want children?
I do.
How many?
I'll settle for one at this point. I'm
Okay.
40.
Right. What percentage of the financial load for the family would you like to have to be responsible for?
40%.
All right, 40%.
Mhm.
So when you do you want a boy or a girl? I know you
Boy.
want to. All right. So when little Key Light is born, I don't know. So I see his face. So when little Key is born, and you've been waiting for him for 40 years, and you have birth pregnant, you give birth. 12 weeks after you give birth, you're going to turn him over to a nanny and go back to work. And let somebody else and pay somebody else thousands of dollars to raise little Key.
I believe it can be done.
Nope. I'm saying that's what we're doing.
I mean, because that's how I was raised.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's not go there. I'm asking. That's what we're doing. How much is new child care?
I don't even know.
$500 on the low end a week. $2,000 a month. So you turn them over to Becca or even Keisha.
I'm just trying to lower my standards, Kevin.
Huh?
Of course, I would love to have a wealthy man, of course, where I didn't have to work. But I understand I'm 40. I'm not in my best shape. You know,
exactly. So
you're
talking about. So you don't get to talk about love when you got all those things going on. Too many struggles. Too many. Because you're still wanting to date like a 20-year-old at 40 with all those struggles.
But I'd be okay with like a man making like 80K. I think I make enough to, cover the difference for one child.
Lord have mercy.
That's what I was thinking, after listening to all of your shows.
And what percentage of black men earn more than $75,000, $80,000 in this country? What percentage? Come on, PhD. What percentage?
I'm a PhD.
15. 1-5 or 1-5 or 1-3. 13 or 15%. And you're in Connecticut. You still want a man in the top 13 to 15% of all men at 40 years old with all the things you said. And that you'd be happy with it. Ma'am, you'd be blessed. That's winning the lotto, the Powerball. This is why I asked, is a B enough? Ma'am, you should be happy if you get a man. No, you lucky if you get a man making. You'd be fortunate to find a man who's making median income.
Okay.
Or because the kind of man you're saying, ma'am, does exist. I'm not saying he doesn't exist, but does he want a 40-year-old woman who's everything that you just said?
But I'm feminine, and I'm
okay. How tall are you?
I've got some things going for me.
How tall are you?
5'8".
How tall are you?
5'8".
Dress size?
12. Don't do it, Kevin.
Ma'am, I'm just being honest. At 5'8", you're feminine, but no, you're a brat. You're soft spoken, but you're a brat. that comes across as feminine, but it's kind of passive aggressive.
I can accept that.
So at 5'8", 40 years old, yes, men who are earning that kind of money, but when he's looking across the spans and he's making, a black man making 80,000 is making twice what the average black man makes. He's got options. And the real hard question comes down to, he's got options among black women and all women because he's more economically attractive. Why does he want a 40-year-old woman, period? Especially if he wants more than one child. You can't do that. One is at best. So yes, you ladies need to really substantially lower your expectations to reality to meet your reality.
That's what I thought I was doing.
No.
You're saying not 80, 50.
Ma'am, a man marrying you, right, can get one child at best. That is just a step above the woman who was on before you. The woman in Canada.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think,
listen, and that woman was 36 years old, 5'4", 130 some odd pounds. You saw the pictures. And I'm saying and I said the same thing to her. A man is going to want, for the risk that comes along with marriage in the West, to get at least his own seed into the next generation. At 40, ma'am, you're 5 years into geriatric pregnancy. Have you done any fertility tests or anything like that?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. And I'm in really great shape, but my gynecologist doesn't recommend it after 42.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So, one child at best. Ma'am, you cannot be playing this money game. Does he have a...
Honestly, it's not about the money, Kevin. I was hoping you would kind of understand, given my background. I just don't know how much in common I'll have with a man who was making 50K. I need an intellectual man. I'm raised by professors. I need to be able to have a intellectual conversation.
Oh my God, ma'am.
I just don't think we'll click otherwise. It's not that.
Okay, I laugh because I'm trying to be polite. You don't have that kind of leverage to be walking. You are walking like you are showing up prize to this man. Because your daddy and your mama are educated, and you're Delta, and your mama's a Delta, your father's a Kappa, and your brother's a Kappa. He ain't marrying none of that. He's marrying your 40-year-old self. This is why I said, you ladies really, really believe you are so much... You overrank and overestimate yourself. And that's why I said this PhD shit goes to y'all's head. I just don't know what kind of stuff I'd have in common with him. In other words, I will be settling for a man at median income. I got news for you. You just insulted over half of the black men in this country.
No,
yes, you did. Ma'am, listen.
That's not what I meant.
But that's what you did. But that's what you did. I know it's not what you meant, but that's what you did. When you said, I don't know, when you said, when you listen, don't overtalk me. When you said that I was hoping that I would understand where you're coming from, looking at your background, I understand that you waited too long to play that card. I don't care what your background is. I care that you're 40 and your doctor does not recommend you having a child past 42. I care that you live in Connecticut and you're geographically undesirable for many black men. I care that you're 5'8" and a dress size 12, and I care that you want a man making around $80,000. And what is he going to get from you? What are you bringing to the table as far as wife skills?
I'm supportive. I'm kind. I can cook. I mean,
you have a recipe book?
A whole recipe book? No, but
Okay.
Um,
What can you cook?
Tonight I made this Parmesan encrusted chicken and some spinach and some au gratin potatoes.
Okay. What else can you cook?
Steak, spaghetti. I mean, uh, fried chicken if that's what he wants. I can cook pretty much anything.
What about healthy?
I mean, I cook mostly healthy for myself, believe it or not.
I'm just asking.
But I think,
Ma'am, what I'm trying to get to understand is what are you bringing to this table as far as domestic skills?
oh, okay. I cook, I clean, and I'm
Were
great
you
with kids.
okay? Were you actually raised to be a wife? Be honest.
No, but I was
Okay,
raised by a
okay.
Southern belle
So
who did
I
still do,
need you
we
to
did
stop. I
still
need you to
honor men.
stop. I need you to stop. Okay, I'm doing this is why it doesn't work. You cannot put what your mama did to get her husband on the table for your man. It doesn't translate. Your mama
Mm,
was the Southern Belle. That's why she has a husband.
And my dad was still the cook, by the way.
I said your mama was a Southern Belle. That's why
Yeah.
she has a. See, Generation X women fell into the borrowing from other generations. You borrow the struggle of Rosetta. You borrow the struggles of the slaves, but you don't. But you had none of the characteristics of the previous generations. So when I
Uh,
ask you, what are you bringing? You bring a modern woman with a PhD who wants an intellectual. Fine. You should have married him in your 20s. You don't men who are that era, how okay, $80,000. Let's just take it. $80,000. How old is the oldest man you've ever dated? Age differential between you and him.
oh, you don't want to know.
Yeah, I do.
Hey, I dated a 60-year-old. This last guy I dated.
Yeah, but that was okay.
Yeah.
How old? What's the oldest man you would marry?
Um, Probably 58.
58. What is the average lifespan of a black man in this country?
um, I don't know, what is it? 69, 70?
Uh, some stats say 68, some say 72.
Okay.
So 58. So if let's just take 72. That means if he lived to 72 and you had a child, if you got pregnant on your wedding night, your husband be dead when the child's 14.
I did think about that. I'm saying
Yeah.
that's the oldest, but
Ma'am,
I date older, younger.
My point is, ma'am, you are coming at this as if you have leverage. You're coming at this as though you have time that you don't have, sexual market value leverage that you don't have, geographical proximity to these kind of men that you don't have, and time that you don't have. To where you actually can inject it into a conversation with a straight face that, hey, I don't know what I would have in common with a man who's earning the median income. As implication, these men cannot be uh, learn it on their own. Just because you go to college doesn't
Kevin,
mean,
that's not true. Please, that's not what I meant. I really want to
man.
retract that. That's not what I meant, Kevin. My ex-fiance is a blue collar worker and was brilliant. But he had a lot of side hustles too. And so, yeah, like he was,
Then
you
why'd you
know,
say it?
I said it because you asked me what I would want. Like in a perfect world, yes. But what I would settle for, or let me not use settle, but what I would, that doesn't really matter as long as he can have an intellectual conversation. We can enjoy similar things. We can talk about politics and, you know.
I got other news for you, ma'am. Why do you
I want a partner.
You're not. Oh, Jesus H. fucking Christ. You're not a partner. You're a helpmeet. And that's exactly what I was going to say. You ladies have fallen into this partnership feminist stuff. Men don't want to sit around and talk politics with you. They want you to go in and anyway. This is why this whole die alone thing is so sad, because so many of our women bought wholly into the notion of modern woman and feminism. And you really want a partner, and your mother was a Southern belle. You didn't learn. You didn't learn. You
But
look.
she works.
I don't care. And you're about to be, and this is what I mean. Here comes this brat in her. Notice every time I say something she doesn't like, she starts whining. You're a brat. And no one, in order to be a brat, you got to be fucking hot. I'm just being straight up. You got to be hot to be a brat. And no one wants a 40-year-old brat. I'm going to be honest, ma'am.
That's sobering.
You're hanging around with a bunch of women who've given up.
Right. And I don't want to, I recognize I don't want to do that. I recognize that
Well, then you need a reality check, ma'am. Because maybe you've overestimated your value judging by your company. But you need to move to a city where you actually understand what it means to compete for a man. And you don't have a lot of time. What month was your birthday?
August.
So you just turned 40.
Mm-hmm.
So it's February. 9 months. You got 21 months before you're out of pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
21. So even if it takes 6 months, that means you got 15 months.
I'm on the dating apps, Kevin. I'm trying.
All righty then. The whining's not going to work with me. I don't care about the dating apps. I'm just told you what it is, man. I'm giving you the best I can, but the world does not owe you understanding. And once the dating apps and all this other stuff doesn't work, and you sitting in Connecticut waiting for love, when you turn 42, there are no excuses. That's why I said dying alone, 1 in 3, 1 in 4 women will marry, 3 or 4 will die alone. It's a choice. And now you guys are seeing what I mean. These choices are micro choices all along the way to live in delusion, to live in fantasy, to live innumerate, to live, I don't care, to live, well, I can find it. I can have it all. It's not as though it's not tragic. It's chosen. Before 1965, black folks were married at an 80% rate. Black women are choosing not to marry. This is a perfect call of that illustration of that. PhD and all. So watching all the videos and everything else, ma'am, you're going to have to start moving with a sense of urgency or a sense of intention if you hope to have a different outcome. And if not, well, what I'm going to say is if and when, let's say this doesn't work out, don't be bitter at men. Don't be angry at men.
I won't.
You've had more opportunities. You've had a lifetime of opportunities with men. Mm-hmm. That's more than some folks get. So, all right, I'm going to get on to the next call. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
I mean,
man, what an episode from Kevin. He gave sobering facts, practicality. And anyone that's watching this video, one of the first things I want you guys to do is share this video with someone. This was the Kevin right here that a lot of people didn't see because they were so fussed up and so amused by the clips of him speaking to women and him getting irate because women were disrespectful or being untruthful. But what we see here is honestly a masterclass like we've never seen it before. Let's talk about this woman for a second. She's 40 years old, lives in Connecticut, right? Has a PhD, comes from a family filled with PhDs, and she's around at least 6 single women daily or often. And those women are overweight women who has given up on marriage or even relationships, and they're going into the latter years of their lives. Her last relationship was 10 years ago. So her last relationship was when she was just about 30. After 30, she thought that she could be a young woman out here just going through life, doing whatever she wanted. Went to go get another PhD. Constantly isolated herself from having a productive, successful relationship, and have dealt in multiple situationships. So when you think about it, this woman then comes in at 40 and now she's ready. She's ready to settle down. But not only is she ready to settle down, she's now ready to settle down with a highly, highly over-earning, successful man. She wants a man that's successful with education and financially. So now the average guy is completely excluded from this woman's dating pool. This woman has sat on the market for multiple years on end and now is going to demand a man at least having a PhD. Why? Because she's basing it off of her family. She's saying to people, well, I don't think it's really going to gel because once my family knows who this guy is, they're not going to really approve of that. And then I would like to have intellectual conversations, so on and so forth. But I want you guys to really notice how this woman is trying to have everything. She wants to be able to have multiple situationships, have that ruin her life, take away from her. Then go there, spend all of her younger years when she was probably way better in shape. Well, she was in better shape before, because as you guys can hear, she's a dress size like 12 at 5'8". But she took away all those younger years of when she was fit, less trauma, maybe a more enthusiastic feeling for men. And then now she's going in the latter years of her life when she's now overweight, multiple PhDs, multiple situationships, and then want a guy with a PhD and earning very highly to come scoop her up and give her a child. Even if you disagree with Kevin, how does that sound like a fair deal to any man? For any man, how is that a fair deal? Because if you could have compassion and sympathy for her, then you should definitely have compassion, sympathy, and grace for the man. Why does he have to deal with that when he has to work and provide and be who he is? I'm going to leave that with you guys. I want you guys to make sure you guys like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. Make sure you guys turn on post notifications so you will be alerted when we upload more videos just like this one. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Mm-hmm.
Is that better?
Yeah, why are you so angry?
Hold on 1 second.
Okie dokie.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Why are you so angry?
I'm sorry, I can't.
Why?
Okay.
Okay. You
There,
got YouTube
okay, now I
playing.
can hear you. Sorry.
Yeah,
I
that's
Zoom every
YouTube.
single day and I couldn't get this to work.
Well,
why am I angry?
Yes.
Okay, I can't say that I'm angry, but it is annoying when I meet men and they're just all in the very beginning. They're saying everything that they want, and then all of a sudden they ghost.
How old are
They
you?
ghost and they're still out there just playing.
How old are you?
I'm 42.
They're all in the beginning, and they say everything
In the very beginning.
Okay.
Yes, they're all in. They're saying, "Oh, I want this, I want that," and then after a month or two, you can just tell that they're still out there just playing around.
Okay. Well, all men are like that? I mean, that's what I'm trying to understand. I mean,
yes, it seems like it's getting like that. Yes.
Really?
Maybe it's where I'm located.
Well, where do you live?
Dallas.
No. No, I spent 11 years in Dallas, and Dallas has some of the most. Anyway, 42.
They're married.
Huh? No,
They're
Dallas.
married.
No, Dallas has some. I'll be in Dallas either this week or next week. I'm coming to Texas because we got a problem, and I live most of my adult life in Dallas. Where do you go to church?
Boy, it's happening here in Dallas.
Where do you go to church?
Me and my girlfriend.
Where do you go to? Where do you go to church?
Concord.
When's your last relationship?
My last relationship was about 2 years ago.
2 years ago. And who ended that?
I did.
Why?
Because he ended up being married.
What do you mean ended up being married? He was married when you met him.
He was married when I met him, and I had no idea that he was.
So how old are you?
Married.
You're 42?
42.
You can't run a background check on the dude?
Well, that's how I ended up. No, I usually don't do stuff like that, but that's how I ended up knowing that he was married.
So basically, what you're trying to get me to accept is all the men in Dallas are fuckboys and losers, and I'm just gonna say no, man. Relationships are reflective because I know plenty of men in Dallas that don't fall into that category.
Well, I haven't met them.
Well, let's dig into that a little bit deeper. Do you want to be married?
I do.
You have any children?
I don't.
You want children?
I do. I go back and forth. The older I get,
At
I have
42?
to say that. I'm sorry.
At 42?
At 42, do I want children?
Yeah, I mean biological children at 42.
Yes.
How's that gonna happen?
Well,
have you talked to your OBGYN?
Well, I have a situation. I would actually have to have a surrogate.
Okay.
I froze my egg, so
okay.
I'm a cancer survivor.
So am I.
Right on.
So the problem is men, not the women, not you. What are you looking for in a man? What are you looking for in a man?
Honesty. I mean, aren't we all looking for the same thing?
Nope.
All women?
Nope. No.
I want someone who's in the church. I want someone who has a great job.
Why do you want them to be in the church?
Easy on the
Why
eyes.
do you want them to be in the church?
I mean, they don't have to be necessarily like active in the church, but I would like for them to be a Christian, I should say.
Why?
I would like for them to have the same faith that I do. I think.
Okay, so you go to Concord. Is the pastor helping you find the man?
He's not, and I actually know my pastor really well. I've never talked to my pastor about this.
Really? How long you been in Concord?
I mentor his daughter.
But I know. I asked you how long you been in Concord.
I've been at Concord for 10 years now.
Right. And
11 years.
Right. Concord in Dallas, and you're not working with the pastor to help you find a husband.
I am not.
That makes sense. Why?
I'm sorry, you said why not?
That makes sense. Why?
It just never crossed my mind.
Brian Carter. That's what I thought. Brian Carter.
Pastor
Carter.
It
never crossed your mind. You've been there 10 years and you want your man to be in the church or from the church, but you're not working with the pastor of the church or men in the church. Are you in the singles ministry?
I was a part of the singles group.
Okay. You're a part
I was in the singles group for about 6 months, but everyone was just younger than me. And I was 37 at the time, and everyone was late 20s to early 30s.
Did you go to college?
Yes, I did.
What's the highest level of achievement? What's the highest degree level?
I have a BFA.
Okay. So, all seriousness, all joking aside, you want a man who's in church, but you're not working with the church to help you find a man.
Yeah.
Is it that you want a man in church, or you just want somebody
who is a Christian?
Yep.
I mean, who is a Christian?
But why?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the last thing you said.
I said, but why?
Why do I want someone who's a Christian?
Yes. Why do you?
Because I want someone who has the same faith as me, who has the same beliefs as I do.
I don't buy that, man. Because if you did, you'd be working with the church to help you find a man, and that's the first thing you'd be looking for is a Christian man. Because was your last boyfriend a Christian?
He was. Mm-hmm.
But he was married.
Mm-hmm.
So you were committed. So what were you doing in that situation with that married man, Christian woman?
I did. Actually,
I'm sorry. Did that cut a little too deep?
No, it didn't cut deep
I mean,
at all.
because seriously,
He was
man,
just extremely deceptive. He was really
Christianity becomes a lot with modern Christian feminist women. Just becomes a way for you to disqualify men. It's not the way that you really qualify men, as I've shown.
Mm-hmm.
By your own life. It's a way you disqualify men, but it's damn sure not a qualification.
Right. Yes.
So you were with a man for a year and a half.
No, it's been a year and a half.
How long were you guys together?
It was about 7 months.
7 months.
Mm-hmm.
7 months.
Mm-hmm.
How many times did you take him to church?
I had known him for a while, though. I had known him.
Apparently not well enough. How many times did you take him to church?
I'm sorry?
How many times did you take him to church?
I didn't.
Huh?
I did not take him to church.
But you want a man that can share your faith.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But you didn't take him to church?
I didn't, because I'm just kind of private with my life for a while.
Remember go back last year, guys, when I first talked to Tiffany Chanel in Houston. And then I talked to that one sister who went to PV, and she was in her late 30s or 40s. I'll pull up the interview. Remember when I told her I knew her pastor, Tony Evans? Mm-hmm. I told you guys I know the Dallas scene very well. This is a mirror of that same call. Different woman, same scenario. Similar scenarios. Very similar scenarios. Dallas is littered with this. Ma'am, if you want a man who's really a Christian, why aren't you going to church with that man? Why isn't that man going to church with you? Why isn't your pastor helping you find him? Why aren't you in a church that facilitates Christian relationships?
I just never thought about reaching out to my pastor about finding somebody. I was a part of the small groups, and that was about it. And, everyone was younger than me. And so, I don't know, I just kind of left it at that. I've never really met anyone at the church outside of the small groups that I was a part of. And I've just never, I talk to my pastor all the time. That's not usually, I'm just never talking to him about relationships.
So I submit that you're really not trying to find a Christian man.
No, I am. It's just that.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Absolutely, you are not. I've just laid it out. You didn't even go to church with the man you went to see the last time.
Mm-hmm.
So how can you care about? So where did Christianity come up in that?
Well, we prayed together. We just didn't go to church.
Right. You also had sex together too. Premarital sex. Fornication.
I won't deny that, but.
Well, exactly. With a married man. Ma'am.
I had no idea.
I'm saying, but you said you knew him before. Okay. You said you knew him before.
I did know.
See, what would have happened? Hold on. See, what would have happened if you'd have actually picked a man from the church? You would have known one thing: he wasn't married.
He actually went to Tony Evans's church. He's a member of that church.
If you'd have picked a man from your church, you'd have known he wasn't married.
I hear what you're saying. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if you took him to Concord, even though he went to Tony Evans' church, just slipped. Oh, damn it.
Oh, Faith. Not World Harvest. I'm going to another. I can't think of the name of it, but yeah, Tony Evans' church.
Shout out to Pastor Haynes. Appreciate Wes.
That's
Freddie Haynes.
Freddie Haynes. Mm-hmm.
TD Jakes and over at the Potter's house. But the problem, if you took him to your church, Concord is such a lot. If you took him to your church, somebody would be like, that man married.
You're right.
I know. See, Christianity is supposed to shield you from all this, not open you up to all this madness. For you to come and tell me that the problem is the men in Dallas, I would not let you visit that bullshit on them. When it shows in your life that the men that you picked aren't even lining up with what you say is important. And in practice, you're not doing these things. So Christianity cannot save you. You're just using it to filter out men that you don't find desirable. And this happens too often down there. I'm going to move you to the side because I don't know you enough to say this about you. So I'm going to move you to the side. There's so many women down in Dallas who are pseudo-Christians, Christian feminists. It is just rampant with them. Dallas stinks with these women. They come in with their Bibles talking good, that good, and they running through the Dallas like Jezebels. And then wanting men to be saved. All right, back over to you. At 42 years old, ma'am, if you want a man who's a Christian, and that's an important part, you need to really start working with your pastor or somebody in a church that has a thriving singles ministry where you may have a better selection of men. May even have to switch church homes. If that's really a determination. But at 42 years old, wanting children and all that other kind of stuff, ma'am, it's going to.
I go back and forth with the children thing.
Okay.
I'm like, I enjoy my freedom, but then
right, ma'am. I mean, I'll be honest, ma'am. Are you really cut out to be somebody's wife?
Why would you say that?
You enjoy.
Why wouldn't I be?
You enjoy your
enjoy my freedom.
Oh, don't check that. Whoa. Don't do that.
Don't do what?
Why wouldn't you be based upon what you said? You enjoy your freedom. You go back.
Enjoy my freedom, being able to just come and go.
Still enjoying your freedom, not necessarily wanting to have a kid. You're becoming somebody's wife.
Having a kid and
hold on, ma'am.
Totally
as a wife,
thing.
what is your job as a wife? Your number one job as a wife is then what? Especially as a Christian. What is a woman's role on this planet?
To cater to the man.
Nope.
And take care of his needs.
Nope. To be a helpmeet. Not to come and go as you wish, not to have freedom.
I'm not saying freedom and come as I want with a husband. I'm saying more so like if I'm in a relationship if I have a husband and we don't have children, we can go freely.
I get it.
We can travel easily without children. But if we have children, then we have to
travel. What are you talking about?
Babysitter and all.
Are you talking about traveling nationally? You talking about traveling internationally and domestically?
Both.
What do you do for a living?
I'm an educator.
You're a teacher?
Yes.
What are you in pre-K? What are you in grade school, college?
High school.
High school. All right. Now, I do know Texas teachers make pretty good money, but they're not rich.
I do a lot of things on the side. I do private lessons and I teach group fitness. I have my own.
So I asked you the ultimate question, ma'am, and it wasn't to insult you, but are you really cut out to be would you, in your marriage vow, would you say love, honor, and obey?
Absolutely.
Would you be submissive to your husband?
Absolutely.
Okay. So at 42, there are all kind of situations you can work out, but the thing is, ma'am, it comes out ultimately down to the same thing with every relationship. What kind of man do you want? What kind of man do you want? And then what kind of woman do the men that you want? And what are you willing to do to get them? I don't doubt that you know what you want, but do you know what the kind of men you want from a woman?
Yes, I mean, I feel like it's a partnership, and what I give is what I expect to get back.
Partnership? Why do Christian women keep talking about partnerships? Where's partnership in the Bible? I don't understand this Christian feminism stuff. Where's partnership in Bible? It's not a partnership. He has headship over you.
Okay. I mean, I don't really think of it in that way. I think of any working relationship is give and take. I think of it as a partnership. That's what I'm searching for. I'm searching for a best friend, a partner.
Okay. Well, many Christian feminists are. Many Christian
women call
womanist
myself
feminists.
a feminist.
Most Christian feminists don't. They believe in equality and partnership, and they talk and move in lots of similar ways. And in my channel, if you've been around, how long you watch my content?
Actually, this is my first time.
Well, ma'am, I have talked to different varying versions of Christian feminists, like at least once every couple of weeks. So anybody who's watched my channel, they're probably having a good old time in the comment section, like, yep, we know what this is, because this is rampant in the Black community. Black women want Christian men, but you don't want to live like in the order, the divinity in which God aligned us. You want partnerships. You want this different arrangement. Doesn't really work. This is why men in general, this is why many Black men have left the church. So, all right, but I got to get on to the next person.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
All right. Have a good day, though.
You too.
Bye. What's honestly sad about this is now that I'm just hearing all of this and I'm taking into consideration, what I really find sad is this is why Christianity is frowned upon or laughed upon now these days. Because people like this woman right here continue to make up their own definition of what the word is. They're not going by what it says. They're reading it. They're saying, you know what? Let me add my little flavor and spice into it and push that message. And Christianity is one of the only religions, I believe, that constantly gets pushed around like it's something to play with. Women are saying, if the Bible is telling you to be a helpmate, women are now turning it into, well, it said that we need to be a partnership, and it needs to be 50-50. That is not what the Bible says. And so much so to where this woman will practice every other part of the Bible, the ones that she like, but then when it comes to things like getting married before you carry or engaging in sexual acts, she's not listening to that. So much so to where the woman has frozen her eggs at 40 years old. Came in here talking about why are the men not acting right. You know why? Because all those times you was having your little hot girl summers and you was enjoying your life as a Christian, quote unquote, time was passing you by. I guarantee you good, credible suitors came and went. And you wanted to have your fun, but you thought in life, in your latter years, you were just going to be able to pick a black man off the tree that goes to church, that makes a lot of money, and say, I'm going to marry him. And then you froze your eggs because you're like, I want to have children later, but because I can't figure it out in 40 years, I can't figure it out. Let me go ahead and freeze my eggs so I could go ahead and pick a man off the high value tree, the Christian tree, and he'll just slide into my life. Sorry, men are waking up. They're not falling for this BS anymore. They actually want something out of life. They want a woman that's actually disciplined and makes the right choices. And if not, he'll just go get the one that did. And that's the special part about all this. Women like this believe they'll get picked up when he could just go get a woman that's younger, actually practices Christianity and follows it, and then less headache. And she was messing with a married man, and that's a whole nother thing, right? That's a whole nother thing. But I find it quite interesting. But everyone, please leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you guys haven't already, and turn on post notifications so you will be alerted when we upload more videos just like this one. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.